Is my job useless? You are an uneducated woman. I'm sorry? Why I'm leaving my job right now, even in a tough job market? I think that is some of the suggestion that you guys asked me to do. I have to leave my sales job. And to tell you honestly, guys, something is coming. Something worse is coming. And for me to have this kind of security, I have income every week. I'm earning money and I am not stressed. And why would I leave my job right now? Where there are some people who are stuck in the market for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months with bachelor's degree, healthcare industry experience, years of experience in healthcare, years of experience in HR, years of experience in any trade. Why would I leave my sales job right now? I've read all of your comments. Most of you are telling me to leave my sales job because this is not worth. I rewatched that video again myself. Yes, I said, watch this. This video is inspired by some of the talk and some of the conversations I had with my new job, my current work, with the people that I currently associate with. Okay, my expression of how worse the economy has gotten is actually in that video. It is a mixture of message from my experience and from the people that I associate with on a daily basis, not only from a mere working, just like an ordinary working people. I talked to from the bottom of the ladder and I took up to the president of the company, the owner of the company. Those are the people that I talked to. Okay, then that video is a reflection of my day-to-day day-to-day interaction with these people. Yes, it is true that the economy is really bad right now. There's like a fallout. There is something like a collapse that you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And it is my honest confession. Yes, before I can put away 2,000, 3,000 away in savings, now it is hard to keep that money in savings because there's always like something is coming that is not in your normal budget. And I'm struggling to save more than I wanted. And most of you are taking that video in like, I'm so sorry. I will show you why I'm not leaving this job.
Unemployed for 2 months now, and at this point I have applied to over 200 jobs. Truly am trying on these applications.
Let me tell you how bad the job market is right now. I got laid off about 36 days ago. Probably 200 applications in. Out of that, probably 25 rejection letters. Signed up at Walmart for a job. Signed with the local Publix, my grocery store, for a job. No interviews, no contacts. Out of all the applications I put in, I've had 2 interviews. Been ghosted probably 15 times. Then I decided, well, you know what? I'll do DoorDash. Went to do DoorDash. Couldn't get on in the area. Your zone is full. Can't even do DoorDash. That's how bad it is. I've been aged out 36 days. This is the longest I've ever been without a job ever in my life. 23 years in the military, master's degree, bachelor's, tons of experience. Can't find anything.
I've been on. If anybody else has no idea what the heck they're doing with their life, join the club. I graduated college 8 months ago, still have no job, still have been doing random side hustles and working a part-time internship, which has been fine, but I know I have so much more potential to give to a company. It has been the most exhausting experience of my life, constantly applying, emailing people, messaging them on LinkedIn, and then interviewing. First round interviews, second round interviews, rejection. Over and over and over again. It has been so humbling. It also feels embarrassing sometimes. The fact that it's taken me so long to find a job, I still don't have one. I have had 3 final round interviews for full-time jobs this week. I am praying that I get one. If I get rejected from all of them, be prepared to see the largest crash out of your life. Okay? Hurricane Hoda would not compare to the crash out that I will have. And it's just been the most exhausting, humbling learning experience of my life. And I know everybody says that the job market sucks and it's harder than usual. I have been feeling it. But also when your friends or colleagues get a job before you can't help but think, is there something wrong with me? Are they doing something that I am not? Was I weird in the interview? Why is it taking me this long? And just that comparison game that you play over and over and over again sucks. And so I don't know. I just want to make this, if anybody out there is feeling the same way, you are not alone. It sucks. It is humbling. Sometimes it's embarrassing, but I'm trying not to take it personally. You shouldn't either, because God has a plan. He will direct our paths and something will work out.
I'm a recruiter and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday on LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role's remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the US. Has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting. The job market is awful right now.
Man, it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I wanted to actually come on here and post a video, but I'm really at the end of my rope and I'm not sure what else to do. So a little bit of backstory. I worked as a director of client delivery and also a director of operations at a Fortune 15 organization for the last 2 years. Before that, I was a director of operations at a different company. So I've worked really hard. I have 3 degrees. I have an MBA. Worked really hard throughout my life to get into corporate America and rise through the ranks and do a really good job. Loved my job, was at a great organization, but corporate America, and I was laid off with 136 of my colleagues back in November of 2024. I knew the job market was brutal. I didn't realize it was this brutal. I still have not found employment. I've applied to well over 300 jobs. I've had some interviews. I get to final rounds. It's always somebody else that they go with. So I know that it's not my experience. It's just someone maybe that has more experience than I do. I don't know. But I'm at the point where I've exhausted everything. I'm a single parent, so I'm the only earner. I have exhausted my severance package. I've exhausted my savings. I've exhausted my Fidelity accounts, all of my stock. Everything's gone. I'm down to the last bit to get me through the next few weeks. On top of it, my landlord has told me that he is selling the house that I rent from him that I've been in for the last 3 years. He's selling that at the end of my lease, which is up at the end of August. So if you know anything about renting, you can't go get a new place if you can't show proof of employment. So I'm at a loss. I'm not really sure what to do.
I'm to the point, I miss the days when you had to just go into a physical location, fill out an application, and you had one interview, you sat down, you talked to the freaking owner of the business, and at the end of it, you were offered a job or you were told no. I mean, I miss those days. Why in the flying fuck do we have, why is it the way that it is today? I mean, 2 interviews and the questions that are asked, my goodness, I have never been asked such stupid ass questions in my entire life. The lady literally asked me, "Are you kind?" What the fuck? How does, like, what the fuck? How does, I don't understand. I'm going crazy. Like, are you guys hiring or not? Just, it's that simple. I'm fed the fuck up. I'm fed the fuck up, and I know I cannot be the only one fed the fuck up with the job market and how things are operating today. It's just...
You guys, the job market is literally insane right now because I have used every single connection I have made since starting my professional career, even like college connections. I have messaged every single person that I can possibly think of. I've emailed recruiters that I've talked to years ago about jobs at like previous companies that I was interviewing for. I've even cold emailed recruiters that I found like on LinkedIn, and I'm like, I don't know what is going on here, but I can't even get like an initial interview and I'll be extremely qualified for the job or even qualified for the job. And I'm like that desperate. I'm just like, I think people are preying on the fact that we're all that desperate. And it's literally insulting because I had one company reach out and they were offering maximum of $55K a year, and they wanted like a couple years of experience. I was like, in what freaking world are you gonna get that? I'm like, I'd rather just stick it out on freaking unemployment and figure it out versus slaving away at a job that probably I won't like or probably be an extremely toxic environment. Because that's unfortunately just common these days in corporate America. But I'm like, I don't know what to do. Every time I apply for something, I make sure my resume is fully tailored to that job. I make sure there's keywords in there that match the job description perfectly. And I literally, even I'll have like initial phone calls with people and they'll be like, don't worry, like if we proceed or don't proceed, we'll let you know otherwise. We won't ghost you. They've all ghosted me.
Yes, it's a lot right now. If you're trying to get a job in this job market, it's the toughest it's been in years. Even just compared to last year, it's way more difficult to just get an interview. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is out of your control. Like, you have no control over the fact that you're competing with more people because there's been a ton of layoffs, or that more companies are using AI as part of the hiring process, and that complicates things.
When can anybody... Okay, guys, at this point, I'm gonna have to start selling feet pictures because this job market is unreal. I have never seen a job market like this. I've never had so much trouble finding a job. When can anybody ever tell me before that you have applied for hundreds and hundreds of jobs? Like, I have years of experience in healthcare, in customer service, in education. I have a bachelor's degree that I can't even use. At this point, I have applied for more than 600 jobs. I am running out of thoughts to put on cover letters. I am running out of everything. Am I using ChatGPT? Absolutely. Aren't we all? Because we don't know what else to say on the cover letters. We're trying to tweak our bullet points or our summaries because we don't know what else to say. Like, and the fact that I have to just end up waiting a few more days to go back on LinkedIn or Indeed or even just different company websites because it's the same thing, because I'm applying so much and it's constantly the same jobs. But the problem also is that these are ghost jobs. They're not even real. Or you continue to see the same job that, like, reposted 2 weeks ago, and yet it says, 100 people have clicked on it. Well, then obviously they're just not even looking. But this is absolutely unreal. Obviously, costs are up. I'm in Illinois, so we've got tax on tax on tax on tax on tax. So our gas is nearing $4 because we have a new gas tax, and then we have the tax on the gas tax. And how are people supposed to survive? And I'm so tired of hearing like, oh, people are lazy and they don't want to work. Are you kidding me? I know I am not the only one. I see these TikToks all the time. People applying for hundreds of jobs. We're trying. Like, it's not a bunch of lazy people. Are there lazy people out there? Of course there are. But we're being put in with a lot of people that don't want to work when we're trying. I've seen people on LinkedIn who have applied for more than 1,000 jobs, which I'm not far from. But this is absolutely unbelievable. And I have applied, look, my bachelor's is in the healthcare field. Would I take something in customer service, or like right now I just kind of do a little bit of side hustling education, like tutoring and stuff. Just give me a job where I can pay the bills and have some benefits. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But okay guys, at this
Last month, I was in my full month with the company, and the months prior that, the 8 months that I spent to the wrong company was a hurdle to me, and it was really, really hard because the commission that they are giving me is, I don't know if it is acceptable, you know. So with this current company right now that I am in, I'm telling you guys, you might think that my job is a cheap ass job. I'm not the person that is good in the hospital. I'm afraid of needles. I cannot be in the medical field. I can probably do something, but I am not gonna hold needles. I am not gonna watch patients. I am not gonna wipe someone's ass. I cannot afford to look after 10 times the body size of mine. And I'm very small, and I cannot carry a 200 pounds lady to get off the bed. I will be never good in the hospital, and I'll be blunt to that. I will work in something else, but not in the hospital. Just to be honest and be blunt to you, I am not leaving my sales job and get a certification of a CNA. What you call that? CNA? A certificate of nursing assistant? No way in my life. I'll show you why. Okay? When I started last month, I think the video was like, I was in for a couple of weeks. I was already like going into the pattern of my sales, and I am not boasting this, but I just want to prove you that my sales job is not a useless job. I did not take this job just to have fun. I take this job because it feeds me. It feeds my children. It put my children to education. I'm not going to take a job that will give me $15 an hour. That is a high school job. I have a family. I have my own expenses, and I know how much I'm worth. And with all what's going on right now in the world, I am not risking to be a homeless, to be a jobless citizen in United States. I don't know. I'm reading your comments, and I'm going through with more than 200 comments out there, and it's a mixture of I am in the wrong industry. Okay, everybody has their own skills. Everybody has their own passion. This is my passion. Maybe your passion of helping someone in the hospital, or maybe your passion being a nurse. That's your passion. I cannot take that job, and I'll be so proud of you being a nurse. I cannot be a paramedic. I cannot be a fireman because I'm scared. I'm scared of heights. Maybe it's someone else. But for you to degrade me that this is a useless job and I don't earn a degree, excuse me. I am a graduate of bachelor and secondary education. But you know what? I did not practice that because how much is the salary of teachers here in US right now? After all the thousands of money that my parents put me to education, I cannot afford to live a $35,000 salary here in US. Yes, it is big compared. If you are going to, how can I say, if you are going to convert that into a peso, it is huge. It is huge, but you're not spending peso in US, you're spending US dollars. And 35,000, 37,000 annual is not enough for you to survive with this inflation. Oh my goodness. So I did not practice to be a teacher at all. I dropped that degree. And since I am in sciences, I like the chemical side because I can see the chemistry. I can see why it is working, why that chemicals is good for this problem. I can give solution. I can relate to it. And I am just like shocked. You know, do you know that some of the people that I know look down someone who is working in the trade? Look down someone who is working in like an operator, because he considers himself as a white collar guy, and he thinks those operators are earning way below than him. And I just found out that those guys has a lot of benefits. Operators has a lot of benefits. They have a lot of money invested. They are probably, I have a lot of respect to them than the guy who is wearing suits. Yes. And here, before I forget, I'll show you why I am not going to leave my sales job. Okay, I'll show you this month, and this month is only, I'll show you this month. This month is only, what the date today? Today is the 17th. Okay, I'm working on another PO number. That is, I have to cover the, I'm showing this to you while I'm recording, so you can tell me that it is not edited. Okay, I can tell you it's not edited. So this is the 17th, and this is the month's revenue. Okay, I'm working on a quote that is going to get submitted, and I am going to put this month's revenue. That is what I have right now on, where's the date? That's the date. Minus tax. And today is the 17th. Last month, I'm gonna show you last month. Now tell me, is my job useless? Is this a dumb job? For last month, I'm not boasting this. You want me to show you that my job is useless. And believe me or not, something is unreal happening right now, and I don't know what it is. Something is unreal. And my last video, which is the American Dream, is really the last, like, it was a heartfelt video that I did because I just walk away from a customer who we have a very sincere talk, very sincere conversation. I had a meeting with a dealership. They deal some trucking, and they are telling me that their trucks is sitting in the yard. I am talking to people who own like a huge company, and I'm talking to them like so sincere. And that was the outcome of my video, the American Dream. And to me, I was driving away from these people, and I was like, what's going on in the world? And right now, everybody's talking like we have to be prepared on we have to be prepared with the incoming. And I'm not a political person, guys. Do not tag me of whoever is in the government. I am an ordinary person reacting to what's going on in our lives. I'm not super, I don't care about the politics. I don't care. If you come into my channel and put an ad that politics, I'm not going to respond to you because I'm not in the politics. I'm not going to respond to you. But here's one thing that I am going to tell you. Something is something worse is coming. And I'm prepping. I'm prepping. Tammy and I are prepping. We are prepping for a retirement place. We are prepping for the retirement days. We are prepping for emergency funds. We are prepping for cash in hand. I am prepping. We are prepping, everyone. We are prepping. And yes, it is hard. Yes, I told you that it is a struggle. It is a struggle. It is everyone's struggle. I don't know why some of you are like, oh no, I'm not affected by it. Good for you. Really good for you. I'm kind of like amazed. Tell me why you're not affected by the inflation. I am not going to leave my job because you suggested so. I'm not gonna go and take a loan to study another certificate because that certificate is nothing right now. I've seen a lot of videos who has a lot of experiences with degrees after degrees, with bachelors, with doctorate degrees. I know someone, as in like a personal acquaintance, has a master's degree but is jobless. She has a job before, but she said, I'm not happy with the amount of money that was paid to me. I earned my master's degree already, but my salary was only 48,000 annual, minus tax, minus deductions, minus whatever, and it's not enough for her. And she resigned and looked for another job, but before she know it, it was too late. She didn't have a job for more than a year right now, and she's like, I regretted leaving that job. And I'm not gonna leave my job. I think this is my home. I can go anywhere with this job. I can reach out to people with this job. I can work in my basement with this job. I can work in the Philippines with this job. What else are you looking for? I am not going. I'm kind of like insulted, to be honest. One of the comments, you are uneducated woman. I'm sorry? Who are you to tell me I'm uneducated person? This is a rant. I'm so sorry. This is a rant video because it's like, how much are you earning? Can you tell me? How much are you earning right now to tell me that my job is useless? Challenge. Show me your paycheck. Because I showed you mine. In today's world, if you have a job, hold on onto it. If you don't have an alternate job, don't leave your current job. Because I tell you, nobody wants to hire anyone right now. And I'm not leaving my job. I tell you that repeatedly. My job is not useless. My job put my kids in school. My job feed me. My job give me a roof. My job is telling me that this is my home. So I tell you why I'm not leaving my job right now. Hold on. First is the financial stability and showing you what I have, what I am earning currently with my current job. I think it is fair enough to say that I am not on a below average. I think I can tell that it is manageable as long as I know what would be my priorities right now. I cannot afford to get a job that is $15 per hour. And I think, I think I am financially okay if I know how to budget and where to put the right amount with my current situation. Second is benefits and security. This company actually gives me benefits. It has a 401k. It has everything that you think about, just like the traditional corporations are giving. I also have a health insurance. Now, health insurance, I tell you guys, in my previous job, the other company that I work with for more than 2 years, I pay $600. No, first I paid about $700 in the first year with my health insurance. Then when I renew it, I have to pay $623 bi-weekly in that company alone. And it's like $1,200 goes to health insurance. And it literally blown me up. Like, oh my God, where did my paycheck go? And they said, oh yeah, the health insurance is this much right now. And I did not check when the renewal. I did not check how much I am paying. I was just like, check. So it was my mistake. And with the previous company that I worked for 8 months, did not offer me health insurance at all. So what I did, I bought in Marketplace, and you elected which one do you want and how much, in Marketplace it's flexible. And I was paying about $145 plus $60 on dental plus $45 in vision. That's what I was paying with Marketplace. Now with this company right now, including my below 26 years old kids, 3 of us, so 4 of us, I pay $168 every week. And I think it is reasonable cost for health insurance comparing to what others are paying. And yes, it is not my goal to pay that much. I wish there is cheaper version or cheaper options, but there's none. And that's just like part of it, with this company. The second is the learning and the experience. I understand you guys. There's so many of you who said, oh, take another certificate, you have to study again, get some skills, get some that. Well, I am in my mid-40s, okay? What else should I have to do? Before I finish, I'll be 50. Nobody wants to hire old people right now. I'm not like shaming all this, but if you are in the age bracket of almost, I don't know who will hire you. So I mean, yeah, I got it, but my experience and my experience, I love the chemical industry. I do like the flexibility. I do like dealing a lot of people. I mean, like, I've seen more than 10 people a day, and I like it. I tell you, I cannot sit down in a cubicle. I cannot sit down in the office. Well, I don't have patience to sitting and in a slow pace, whatever you call that. I cannot. I would rather be like like taking orders. I like those too, because it's like there's movement. And yes, so I cannot afford to leave my job because of my experience. For me to be able to get hired for another job, you know how much experience they're looking for right now? You know how much certification they're looking right now? I don't have those. Another one is the working relationship. I built a lot of relationship in the industry that I am with. The reason why I was able to get a job that fast and easy, so when I left the previous company that I worked with for 2 years, in a week I had a job. But then the promises that they gave me did not work at all in my goal and in my needs. So I have to say bye-bye. And when I left them for 8 months, I get a job right away. It's because of the connection that I built within my industry. There is another company actually who wants to hire me, but I said, well, I'm so sorry, I'm already hired. So no, there's 3 companies who are trying to hire me. First is the Mumar industrial company. They are also a chemical industry in Georgia. Second is the first aid industry. They are also a chemical manufacturing company. The third is the fresh products, which they are selling all this like good smell product. The fourth is the one that I took. It's because I know the industry and I can picture myself that this is going to be my home. The fresh product, she is so supportive to me and wants me, but I'm kind of like not into what products they have. There's like limited products that they offer, and knowing me, I'll be bored. And with the company that I am right now, it is a manufacturing company, which is like, if you see all of their products, there's so much. I mean, like, there's so much, there's so many, you know, there's so many to offer. And plus they have the hardware, and I'm not gonna get bored, you know, every detail. Everybody has bathrooms, everybody has floors, everybody has windows. I mean, like, there's so many options to sell, and you're gonna get tired of it. The second one is timing. No, I mean, not the second one. The next one is timing. I am not leaving my job in this industry right now. And with all of the videos that is going around, is the wrong timing to leave your job and to quit your job right now. With the shutdown in, I hate to say this, with the layoff that I heard, I kind of like heard people that are working in the federal right now are on hold and wait for a call when to come back. And that is very, how can I say, I'll be nervous if I am them. Yeah, it's hard to leave your job right now. I'm not leaving my job, you know, no way. Then the other one is my personal goal and my stability. My goal is to stay. I'm not jumping from one company to another company. Another one is my personal goal is I have to be home when my family is home. I am not going to pick up another job that would put me to work when my family is sleeping. I've been there. I was in a retail company before that I am coming home in a sleeping house, and it cost a lot of, how can I say, unhealthy stuff in my family, and I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to work where I am coming home when my kids are, or Zoe is going to school. No way. I'm not going to do that. I want a healthy, balanced lifestyle. I am in my age where it's hard to have a competition against 20 years old, 26 years old in the same industry. So yeah, I want stability. I want to stay where I am. This is my home. I think my job has a lot to offer. My job has a lot of flexibility, and with all of what's going on right now in the world, guys, I'm telling you, this is the wrong timing, and this is the wrong time to quit your job. You have to really, like, I don't know, kiss your boss. So yes, guys, so yeah, those are the reasons. I respect all, to be honest, although there is some like, what are you saying, F you know, although there are some of you are, yeah, like, over the edge on their comments. But you know what, you don't know me personally, so you've seen my video, and of course a reaction. Your intention is probably just to voice out what you think is good for me, express what you think is the best way. But you know, this is, I know myself, and I'm not gonna commit to something that is, I'm not gonna carry out until, you know. But yes, guys, I am not leaving my job just because of what of you said to me. And I know where I am. I know what's my plan. I know what's my goal. And let's cross fingers that all of us who are in the same path and who are struggling in the current economy right now, we will cross fingers, and let's hope and pray that the world will heal and we will go back to the normal life that we had in the past. I'm not a political person. I just like watching some of just like YouTube videos from here and there, hearing some news here and there. But you know, in reality, everybody is affected, and you know, we are trying our best, and I'm suggesting that everybody has to prepare. Everybody has to be prepared of, you know, what's gonna happen tomorrow, because believe me or not, I think we are in the middle of recession. What happens on March 2008, I think we are in the middle of it. And I know old people, I know you guys who are like older than me and who's been there. I think, yeah, there are some people are already prepping, and I cannot stress this enough. Yes, I think we have to be prepared of whatever is. I will show you what we are. I think in the next video I will show you what we are prepping. It's just like essentials, you know. Put something, you know, like a go bag or whatever. Even in the Philippines, I told my daughter, you need to have your go bag. Whether you like it or not, that bag should stay by the door so you grab it right away, because you know it's been multiple times that there was an earthquake in Cebu and she just like ran crazy and she forget her go bag. I said, make it a habit. That go bag will go with you. And that's what we are doing here too. And you know, it's scary to think about it, but you know, it's you're rather to be prepared than not prepared when it happens. And always have cash value, always have cash, you know, that you can pull and not rely on your ATM, on your credit card, because I know I've seen 3 people get hold with their money. They don't have access with their money in the bank, although it is their own money. I think about it all the time. Yes, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments and thoughts in this video. Have a good day.